Greetings, free thinkers. Welcome to the Hoggcast. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing fine. I am certainly not, and I'll tell you why. See that woman there, the one at the back? That is the definition of a wolf in sheep's clothing. Keep that phrase in mind. I'm sure when you was a child, like when I was a child back when the West still was the West, and it knew what it was, and it stuck to its foundations and principles, she would have been outed straight away back then, right? Remember when you was a child and you were taught these lessons that children are taught, like the boy who cries wolf, the wolf in sheep's clothing, and all of these little kind of childish stories that have very adult morals behind them, hence the phrase, the moral of the story. She's a wolf in sheep's clothing, and you're going to see this. This is filmed by a mother whose young son has an infection. Now, a few days ago, I didn't post the video for about 4 days. The reason why I didn't is because I had an infection. A tooth infection. And you better believe it hurt. It was like my face was on fire. I was in bed. I couldn't get out. And I'm an adult man. And I've been through a lot. So now imagine what it's like for a child. That nurse, a practitioner, she refused to treat an innocent child because the mother decided to hold up and not get the poke, the coof poke. So the child has no coof poke because the science tells us that they're no threat to anyone. Okay. This practitioner refused to treat the child and then made up a lie saying that she had the right to seize the mother's phone because the mum was filming it. The mum was filming the whole thing. And then this practitioner made up a lie and said that she's allowed to take her phone. I'm allowed to confiscate it. That shows you that deep down inside her, she knows she's a wolf in sheep's clothing. But like all wolves in sheep's clothing, they want to keep the game going, yeah? They want to keep the outer projected virtuous shell going so that people don't see what they really are underneath. But luckily the mother didn't just comply her way into the chamber. She didn't hand over her phone. And now we've seen what a scumbag this practitioner is. So let's get into this video. It's only one clip. It's only just over a minute long, but I need to show you it. I want you to see it and let me know what you think about this, because when I watched this morning, I just knew I had to make the video about this, and I remembered for 4 days I was laid up. It felt like I had a piece of burning hot shrapnel stuck down here in my mouth. That's what it felt like. And I was for the 4 days, I was just fantasizing about digging it out with a blunt spoon if I had to. That's what I was going to do to my tooth. I was going to dig it out. Yeah, that's how much it hurt. And this is a child, and the child's gone to the doctors. Back when we were children, you would go to the doctors, and a friendly doctor would put the child at ease, and then they would give them antibiotics or whatever is needed to make the child feel better. Not anymore. Everything's politicised now. Everything's the culture war now. You can't even take your child to a doctor that you likely pay the insurance for to get the help that you deserve, that you paid for. Let's get into this video. If you haven't yet though, if you find it informative, because this certainly won't be an entertaining video, subscribe to the Hoggcast, hit the notification bell, share the video around. We also have a membership scheme where you can become a member of the Hoggcast and support this channel financially. I have 8 amazing members who are doing that. They joined either the Coffee Club or the Gold Club, and each and every one of them humble me that you value my commentary as much as you do. Anyway, let's go. Okay, as usual, we will play the video. We'll see what this shining Mother Teresa-like figure has to say and do for herself, and then we'll go back and play it again, but we'll stop it intermittently and make the points that I'm bursting to make. You wouldn't believe I want to unload so badly on this one.
COVID vaccine.
No, you need to come talk to me.
It's fine, Mom. Mom. Mom.
Yeah, she just walked away from me.
The doctor?
Yeah. After they just diagnosed my son with an infection, they're refusing to give him medication. Is she not a doctor?
She's a nurse practitioner. You can leave now without your phone.
Excuse me.
That is part. I can confiscate it. Should I call 911?
No, you can't.
You don't need to grab my stuff.
Then please walk out. Kathy, can you please call security?
So what you're telling me is my son has an infection,
Can you please call
and
911?
you're unwilling to treat him?
What we've asked for, and now she's videotaping everything and basically going to slander my name.
Oh, I will. I will give this to whoever needs.
So you should. Look, that doesn't even look like a woman. That looks like a man. Look. Just look at it. Honestly. So you're refusing to treat a young man. A young teenagey boy. Don't know how old he is. He's the one in the red. The one who's going, Mum, Mum. Because he doesn't remember a world before this. He doesn't remember the world where we were free and you remember the 1990s? Can you remember the 90s? What a wonderful decade that was. And now look, you got troglodytes in uniforms dictating terms to your Now, I was laid up 4 days. I didn't make a video for 4 days because I had a tooth infection. I don't know if his is a tooth infection, but he's ill. And if you've ever had a toothache before, you will know what a tooth infection feels like. Like your jaw is on fire and you can't eat. They refused to give him help. They refused. For what? If you're poked, why does he need to be? You're alright, aren't you? You're protected, aren't you? Why are you refusing to help him? Let me tell you something, right? Oh, I'm not even going to go in there. Right, it's just a waste of breath. It's a waste of time, isn't it? So we'll go back and we'll play it again, and I'll stop it intermittently to make the points that I feel I need to make.
COVID vaccine.
No, you need to come talk to me.
So the first thing out of her mouth was, oh, you need to go and get the poke. And then just walks off. Do it. Do what I say. Comply or else. I mean, what? You see, this gets it to the mindset of these people. Look, the way she walked off like she's a sergeant in the army. She walked up. Look, watch again. She walks off like she's giving an order to a subordinate. Yeah? Watch. There's no chance to come back. There's no chance to put your side of the story across. It's, you obey me, I'm the colonel. I'm the general, you obey me.
The COVID vaccine.
No, you need to come talk to me.
See, look. And then when the mother started talking, you see she picked up her pace. She doesn't want to hear from you. She wants you to comply with her, even though it's your tax dollars that are likely funding her. Or if it's not your tax dollars, if you have an insurance plan, you likely pay for that. Or you work very hard to get it. And you're met with that when your son or your daughter, young son or daughter, is very ill.
It's fine, Mom. Mom. Mom.
Yeah, she just walked away from me.
The doctor?
Yeah.
After
After they just diagnosed my son with an infection, they're refusing to give him medication.
So, him in the red, that's the son. You can hear him go, Mum, Mum. He doesn't want any trouble. Very meek. He's young. He probably doesn't understand. He's not young as in 3 years old, but he's a teenager. He doesn't understand that things have changed. He's not old enough to remember when society was a society where we were free and happy. He doesn't remember that. That's what they're banking on.
Infection, they're refusing to give him medication.
No, I'm sorry, but I am the doctor. This is our policy, and if you're listed part-time, she is not a parent, so she needs to leave.
Is she not a doctor?
She's a nurse practitioner. You can leave now without your phone.
So there you go. She tried to get the phone. You know why, don't you? Because she doesn't want the carefully constructed narrative to break. So the first thing she needs to do is to get your phone away from you, so that you can't show the world the way they've been behaving. Usually the most prosaic excuse is the real excuse for what's going on. So if someone tries to stop you from filming them in a public place when you're doing something wrong, they'll give you a cock and bull story. They'll say, oh, well, it's regulation 218 and I'm allowed to take your phone from you. It's rubbish. The real reason is they don't want the world to see exactly the way they're treating you. And again, look, she's acting as if she's a colonel or a general or a dictator. And she has the right to just grab your phone. Who gave you all of these rights? Or privileges, I should say. It's not even a right to just treat people like that. Who gave you that right?
Excuse me.
That is part. I can confiscate it. Should I call 911?
No, you can't confiscate it. Who told you you have the right? Look at... She's got the eyes, look. The eyes. The vacant Democrat leftist eyes. Just glazed over. No humanity. No emotion. Just glazed over. Gormless. Comply or else. It really angers me. This is why so many people are angry. This is why you hear the "Let's go Brandon" chants all over the place. People are fed up of having their lives dictated to them by soulless, gormless monsters like this.
You don't need to grab my stuff.
Then please walk out.
What gives you the right to do that?
Kathy, can you please call security?
So what you're telling me is my son has an infection,
Can you please call
and
911?
you're unwilling to treat him?
What we've asked for, and now she's videotaping everything and basically slander my name.
Oh, I will. I will give this to whoever needs.
See, that's what she's worried about. That's what she's worried. Look, it looks like a man. It doesn't even look like a woman. This is, look. To me, that's a man in a wig. That's what it looks like to me. Horrendous person. One of the worst human beings I've ever seen on camera. And it really is. So look, what do you think about this? It's really gotten me irritated, especially after... I know my open was a long open, about 4.5 minutes of me talking before I got into the clip. But that's because if you did skip it, you wouldn't know that I had an infection myself. That's why I didn't bring a video up for 4 days. I was in bed. I had a very, very bad tooth infection. And it felt like I had a bullet, a red hot bullet lodged in my tooth. So I know what that boy feels like. And then imagine if you go to the doctors. I didn't go to the doctors because it's going to be all of this stuff. I just laid in bed. I laid in bed because I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to deal with this. Oh, you haven't been poked. I've been poked twice. I have the TB poke. I have the flu, the measles poke when I was a child. But I haven't had this, the Rona-Poke, and I don't want it. Doesn't mean that I'm anti-poke and any of these other labels you want to label me with. But it wouldn't matter. Because you've seen yourself, she wouldn't listen to me. She would say her piece. she would turn around and then walk off. And if I tried to give my side, she would go faster, as you saw earlier. She'd walk away faster. She's there. She thinks her job as a nurse practitioner is to dictate terms to you, like she knows what's best for you in your life, and to hell with anything you've got to say about it. That's her opinion on it. She's acting like a nurse in a you know what camp, from Germany in the 1940s and late 1930s. One of those camps. She's acting like one of those nurses. She would fit in perfectly there, wouldn't she? Maybe we're not far away from that. Maybe she's aspiring to that. I don't know. But Mother Teresa, she is not. Mother Teresa, she is not. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.